She'll stop on that for hours, won't she? Some water about.
Robin, look out.
Hello. I'll have to wander over this way and have a look at it. Your mummy's back there with your daddy. Hello. Oh, I'm going down here. Want to get it. Oh, you want to go, Sarah? You sure? Come on, be brave. Oops, shit. What if it snaps? That's strong, that is. It's a proper strap, isn't it? This is why I come to Wales. And with all the rain we've had, it's even more dramatic. I'm not going that way, it's too wet. I'll end up on my arse. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I will put a link to the river. So, rain finally subsided a little bit above the tree line. The sun is out. It's nice. After all the rain, the river's looking good, sounding good. Feeling warm already now. So, I'll hopefully get some nice footage. I did put myself off earlier, but I'll put a link, name of the river. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, it's Welsh. But I'll put it in. But it's at Talybont in Wales. It's right next to the camping caravan site that we stop on. So, it will, I can assure you, be a great place to come. If you like doing a bit of walking and things like that, it will anyway. But if you don't, then don't bother. Alright, let's carry on with the walk. Small waterfall coming down into the river. With all the rain we've had, there'll be lots of these on the walk. Another one just there, smaller one. They'll be everywhere. This is what Wales is about. Stunning. critter. Just hanging there, waiting to see what he can get hold of. Don't know how big his web is because the trees are far apart. I won't be too close, I don't want him sticking to the camera. Eat those flies. I know I keep saying it, but it's true. And this will be working us up a good appetite for barbecue tonight. Trees all covered in moss. They don't get a lot of sunlight, but quite good coverage. All the stones covered in moss. All over there, everything's covered in moss. There's the tree line. Gonna get a bit of sun coming through it, but on the whole, not a huge amount. You've got all the moisture from the river, which is going to obviously keep the moss supplied of what it needs, a little bit of moisture. Going on along. I'm going to invest in some cameras with gimbals and things at some time. I'm just using my S22 Ultra at the moment. It's a start. I don't know how well you can actually hear me over the river. I know it sounds pretty good normally on the S22, but I forgot to bring the microphone with me, so it was a bit of a rush, to be honest. So going up the hill now. I'm going to pause this while we do that, okay? Climbing up now, up the valley, gorge, whatever you want to call it. Quite a steep hill. I don't know if the camera reflects how steep it is, but it's a good 35-40 degrees. Nearly at the top. Well, not the top, but levelling out. Gonna get a sweat on at this rate. Have a second. We're quite high up now compared to the river. Amongst the trees and the woodland. I've got a sweat on already. Sun's out fully. You see it. We've got blue sky now. Sun's up there. Glad for this little bit of shade, to be honest. Some of the steep hills take it out of you a little bit. If you've got children, they've got to be of a reasonable age. You'll not get pushchairs, prams, things like that up here. Well, you might do if it's an off-roader and you're really fit enough to push it, but it's not something I'd like to do. But little Robin, my nephew's daughter, she loves walking. And there's the river down there again. Zoom in a touch. You can hear it all the way along. Sound just echoes up through the valley. I'll call it a valley because it's Wales. Some places you call it a gorge because of how steep it is. We do get to a point further up where we're back closer to it again. I think we're actually coming to that now. It drops down quite a bit at some points. You don't really want to try and get down some of these areas to see it because it's an almost sheer drop. Some places you can get down, don't get me wrong. But after all the rain we've had and everything else, caution would be recommended. Certainly going to work up an appetite for this evening's barbecue. Actually, there's a section coming up here which is okay to be able to get down, I would imagine. I might actually try and get down there, see if I can get a little bit of a shot from a bit further upstream. I've got to be careful when you've only got one hand free. There we go. Oh yeah. Down to the river again. Again, if you're going to do this, we've had rain, caution. It can be very slippy with the leaves and things in places. Just bear that in mind. Watch where you're walking, especially if you're videoing, like I am. Don't want to end up in the moss. It's lovely. It's everywhere. There's that much moss around here. You won't believe it. Back up on the path again. So, these videos all in Wales come November. I'm going to try and do more videos in between. But come November, videos are going to be from Thailand with the girlfriend. So that'll be nice to be able to actually post. Okay, little doggy. Little doggies. Looks inquisitive. Little Milo, bless him, is half blind, half deaf. Oh gosh, wobbling, and grumpy, bless him. Not a big fan of the dogs. know a lot of it looks similar, but I want to give you as many shots of this as I can do. So you can see, if you decide to make the journey, what you've got to look forward to. Okay, carry on again for a bit.
Yeah, but it's still slippery on. You don't know how secure it is when you tread on it. Safety first.
All the moss over there, look.
Yeah, there's tons of it, isn't there?
Just shows how, with the leaves, how much coverage it's got from the sun.
You want any water or anything? Yeah.
Yeah?
Tomorrow night, well tomorrow it's my mum's birthday.
Yes.
So,
yeah. We're going out for a meal, aren't we, or something?
yes, I booked you in with us if you wanted to come.
Yeah, I'll come
The
with
old
you, yeah.
wayside, go to the old wayside. Yeah, the North Bar.
Yeah, Sam. It's a thing with children, isn't it? They want to fill the river back up with all the stones.
They do, yeah. The thing, isn't it? Yeah, Robin stones over there. You know, you ever done this walk once? Do you remember? We got just on the side. That was the last time we did this. Yeah.
Why did we get trapped?
I don't know, but somehow we got on the other side and there was cows in the fields that were charging. Sheep as well, and we had to try and across the river. We had to get to leg it like into here and across the river.
I came up with Maverick last year, but because she wasn't very well, I can't remember how far I went, to be honest, but she got knackered after a bit. Oh, look at that little fungi. Tiny little fungi. Oh, there's some more over there. I bet there's lots round here on all this rotting wood. Over there, look. All these things you see if you're prepared to look around a little bit. What I'll do is on the way down I'll carry on videoing, but only at the points where it looks an awful lot better from when you were coming up, because at some points it does do. But I'll add to it and do that. So just carry on for a every 10-15 metres. It's just a different view that wants videoing. And with this literally being right next to the caravan camping site, the farm that we use, it's perfect. You've not got to drive anywhere or anything. You just go for a walk and that's it. And if you want, you can stop at the pub on the way back for a drink. Through the gate. Always close the gates. They're there for a reason. Could be sheep, anything wandering free. Water's just running out of everywhere. Down off the hills. With all the rain that we've had. This is what I come to Wales for. Oh. You can see, try and zoom in up through the trees. There. All coming down. We'll be walking up along there in a bit. And carry on. Well, the rest of the family have marched ahead because Uncle Steve is slow because he keeps videoing. Never mind. We're all going in the same direction. If you like a walk through woodland near water, I can't emphasise how nice this is. I'm sure people will say, oh yeah, well there's better places, there's this, there's that, but you know, if you're stopping on the caravan campsite that we're on, you don't even have to drive to it, it's just here. The sun's really coming out there. It's getting nice, I like it. So, I'll pause this for a bit. I'm going away from the river, crack on, see if I can catch them up. Right. Not far from the top now. You can see the river. Just get past that tree. Not going too close to the edge. You can just see it down there through the leaves. We've gone quite high up again from it at the moment. So, this is it, coming to the top. After this, pretty much, the only way is back down. So, including the little shorter video I did before I managed to press stop, I'll try and add it onto this, but I've not really started editing that much yet, so I tend to just chuck stuff out as I do it. If I can add it on, I will do. But that was about 10 minutes. This is 25. So it's a good 35-40 minute walk. but that's at quite a brisk pace as well. We've not hung about, we've got stuck in. And so into that, obviously the river goes on a lot further from here, but it's not really accessible. Right, had a little bit of a stop at the top, get a breath back, on our way back down now. You can carry on further up, it just takes you up across fields, higher and higher. You do end up, if you keep going, with some good views over the sea, if you get high enough. But little dog and little girl are tired now, so we turn around, we're heading back down. It's just a lot of walking through fields with sheep and things like that. You do eventually get the extra height if you want to do that, but we've seen the best part of it. So we'll carry on down. If we get some good downhill shots, I'll add those on. But I hope you've enjoyed it. All the ferns growing everywhere. It's really, really lush up here. Especially this year after the July and August we've had. Plants love it. By the time we get back down, hopefully the sun's out, we'll catch a few rays. That'd be nice after the few days that we've had. The view going down always looks a little bit different. Little island there. Nice boggy bit. There we go. Smallest waterfall I've seen today. Lots of felled trees in the river. They'll just be rotting away over time. This is what the path's like. Pretty much the same all the way. There are some sections where there's steps where it's really steep. So, good stout footwear. Or at least something with decent grip. Especially when it's wet like it is now. Just find the sound of running water really relaxing. I think that's why I love the ponds so much. With the waterfall. I can sit out there for hours in summer.